terrorists. They are offering peace. They are telling the indigenous people of these communities to find a way not to offend the Fulani terrorists. They should watch what they say. They should not trigger them. They should seek peace, peaceful coexistence. Imagine, is that not the same thing? Was that not the same thing Bokwari told you? Learn how to live with your killers, your land, or your life. If Tinubu is offering you the same thing right now. And Ayasin is making that happen, right? So where is Kolu? Where is Kolu? Why is it not in Benue? Number one, Kolu is an old man. So don't let anybody act surprised that when tragedy strikes in that contraption, right? You can't see your president there physically. You have grown because who you have, what's it they call those people again? No, gerontocrats. No, that is not the one. They are gerontocrats, by the way. Then you have this octogenarian, something, weak bones. Oh, person we don't weak for brain, weak for leg. It can be your president. It can be anywhere. Old age won't let him do that. Then it's already been treated like a royalty. Everywhere you see him and they are blowing this trumpet, killer, back way, you probably have heard that a few times. He's living a royalty. Now, people are now saying, why are you not in there? Why are you not there? Others are saying, why must he be there? Is he the one that will go and defend this and that? Right? Sorry. So they're defending him, giving excuses for him. And finally, today, with the wiki, they have blocked the Shina Lugbe Road or so in Abuja because Tinubu was to come and commission borehole projects. Can you believe that? Today, he said he's got a schedule. I will check my schedule and I will go to Benue State on Wednesday. In his schedule, Jero, like what is he actually really doing? Anyway, listen to this.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to credit Eugenia Abu with the fact that we have a minute silence for the people, the victim of Benue. Why I sympathize with the Benue people, I've spoken to the governor. The leadership and people of Benue should accept our condolences and try hard, very, very consciously, to maintain peace, harmony among themselves. I've always said this, that we are one single huge family living in the same house, stay in different rooms, but living together in harmony will be the result of our diversity for prosperity. We should be able to manage our anger and frustrations. I sympathize those who have lost their life. I will adjust my program and go see Benue people on Wednesday.
ẹni òfò ni ẹ ṣòfò láyé ẹ tún sí lálìkìyàmà ẹ̀yin rádaràda wọ̀nyí. ẹni òfò ni ẹ ṣòfò láyé ẹ tún sí lálìkìyàmà ẹ̀yin rádaràda wọ̀nyí.
No empathy, no sort of like sympathy. He categorically said that we are the same family. And because we are the same family, We must learn how to live together. And the occur of Nigeria, you see, this one say Nigeria problem is beyond what human beings can handle ordinarily. Ishiaye, kind of. Did you hear Kolu? It's like you people need to learn how to live together in peace. We are one big family. How? How Fulani and people of your water? How are they family that they turn their guns and their machetes on unarmed, innocent people, and the criminals are being offered peace or leave? Like, what's going on? Last night, and so we saw the Benue state governor that ordered his own convoy to shoot at peaceful protesters. The same Benue state, they had vehicles to guide Fulanis and their cows out of some communities across Benue state. And some of the videos made it to the internet. People have resumed this morning to continue to press for what they call justice. About Benue Leleyo.
Cows in Makodi. Sister, look at cows in Makodi. Sister, look at cows in Makodi. Benue state government is escorting them Makodi capital. Sister, look.
Oh my God! Can you imagine this? So, friend.
So this is the situation report in your Google. That this attack brought chaos here yesterday night with some Fulani men among them with security. So this is the situation report in your Google now. Well, we are scared of this thing that is happening now.
Did you hear that? And did you see that? Those are the people who are telling people that they are working to protect them. No, they are not. They're not. As it seems that people are also aware that these guys who are supposed to be on their side, I'm talking about the government, they are not on their side. So now most are already admitting to resorting to self-help, jungle justice. Currently in Benue, if they see anyone with cow, they'll be very nice to escort you out of their community. And it's like unanimous. It hasn't turned to any violence yet. Even though Tinubu and his gang, they have now like touring the states to give an impression that they're actually going after the terrorists. No, the assignment given to them is to go and call your community leaders and meet with the Fulani terrorist leaders, agree on some certain conditions, and hope and pray that the Fulanis will hold their own side of the bargain. They won't change their mind and come back later and start killing again. This is Tinubu's mission. And as they have already promised them that they will give them lands, under Bokuwari, waterway bills failed. Not just that. Under Bokuwari, Ruga failed, cattle colony failed, grazing route failed. Under Tinubu, it seems like it is systemically, right, ruthlessly going, because the Fulani terrorist attack hasn't reduced. In fact, they've increased with more violent and deadlier as well. So what is Tinubu's offer on the table? You either take whatever the Fulanis ask for, give it to them, or you're on your own. You'll be blamed because it's easier. They'll say you are the ones who don't want peace. Your leaders don't want peace. The president wanted peace for you, and he told you what to do, and you failed to do it. So if the Fulani kills you, it's none of our business anymore. That is what Nigeria is right now. Anybody who tells you anything otherwise, they are still hiding behind the finger. You can't hide behind the finger, can you? No, you can't. No, you can't. Look at the people. This one was today.
This cows belongs to the Honorable Rep Dixon Taki. Last night he took them to Nyajungu settlement, and the youth of Nyajungu today said that these cows cannot live with them. They should be protecting lives other than protecting cows. So the youth of Nyajungu now chase these cows away. As you can see, the cows are roaming on the road. And then the people taking care of these cows are the Fulanis, up to 6 Fulanis. 6 Fulanis. These are Dixon's cows. Dixon is harboring 6 Fulanis to protect these cows. But the youth of Nyajungu today said no, these cows cannot live in their community. So they have chased the cows away. You don't want cows that Dixon wants. You can't be protecting cows. You should be protecting lives and properties, not you harboring cows and Fulanis. This is damage. What are you doing?
What shall I say unto the Lord?
Yes, Lord.
All I have to say,
Thank you, Lord.
thank
shall I
you,
say?
Lord.
Thank you,
We can deliver, also he can deliver. We buy, he can deliver. Rock and deliver. Oh, he can deliver.
Thank you, Lord. I'll tell you why. There's something you need to know, in case if you probably didn't know this before now. There's something you need to know. There are 2 sets of sort of like these Fulani herdsmen, terrorists, and their sponsor. And people are beginning to actually see through that. When you see Fulanis with cows in your state, there is a chance that 90% of those cows are owned by your elite, politicians, traditional rulers, religious bodies, and over time, they have been importing some of these Fulanis as far as Niger Republic. And from the beginning, you see these Fulanis who are imported into these communities and handed these herds of cows. They are told that they are safe, they could do anything. And most of the time, when people want to react to these Fulanis or chase anything at all, they will realize that the cows didn't come from Kebbi. They didn't trek from Sokoto to Uromi. No. Uromi politician went straight to Sokoto, bought cows, and imported Fulani to that place, right? That was the beginning. Then people started noticing that, wait, apart from farm destructions with cows, this and that, right? It seemed that over time, all right, that whenever the Fulani terrorists on bikes, there are those ones on bikes, right? And those ones' mission primarily is to keep in contact with those ones imported to all this part of Nigeria, to give them the idea of the terrain, the people in the place, rich people's place, police stations, all the information of the area. And they are very good at it. Oh, they are very good in it's more or less like, especially those of you from the middle belt down to the south of Nigeria, down to everywhere, right? Your elite criminally, because you see in Nigeria, right? Every time they have festive period, they have made people so poor that it's a charity to share cows, share, rams, you know what I mean now, to their supporters and all of that stuff. So instead of them going to buy all those things down, they just start rearing them and give these guys, these Fulani terrorists, the key to some of these areas. And over time, whenever these terrorists on bikes are coming to town, suddenly, surprisingly, those ones who are with cows or living in those communities will suddenly disappear a day or two before the attacks. So it became a pattern, right? That a responsible government would have seen what your greedy, selfish, corrupt, self-centered elite have done to you, especially people from the middle belt down to the southern part of Nigeria. So when you want to go after any Fulani cow, you just realize that you're all bagetan. And that Fulani is doing his job by giving those ones from outside to, like, you can come in. These have been verifiable, fact-checked evidence. It's a pattern for those of us who have been tracking them for the last 12 years. 12 years. So, people are beginning to see through that too. And that's what you witnessed in Benue, in that part of Benue, in that video. When people went, they knew the owner of the cows. They're like, you know what? No, we don't want these cows here anymore. I don't know how long that will be sustained, but if that is generally and becomes widespread, there could be a chance of us dismantling all of their terror cells in the southern part of Nigeria. Because some of us have said this. Some people believed it. Some people just probably, like others, like just waved it aside. These terrorists have told people that all they need is just a signal, because they are everywhere in Nigeria, every part of Nigeria. They are working as your gate man, they are working as your security guard, they are working as your Okada rider, they are working as your tricycle, they are working as your shoe shiner, they are working as different things that they themselves have said that all they will need is just a signal. In a working system, right, all of these evidence of sort of like, facts would have helped to nip this in the bud. But no, in Nigeria, they will let you know that there are some invincible, very powerful people behind them. Not a farmers others clashes. No, some said it's premeditated. Listen to these two guys. The first one.
The situation is beyond description. It is painful. It is a time of sorrow for our people. More so that this is not the first time, and particularly painful because the venue, the place where this occurred is one that ordinarily we would think is protected. I say this because Yelwata is a border town between Benue and Nasarawa State. And at that border town, there is a military checkpoint that has been there for at least 5 years. This military checkpoint is populated with not less than 15 soldiers, I think headed by a captain or thereabout. I'm not specific, I don't know the exact rank of the officer in charge, but there is a permanent feature of the Nigerian army located in Yelwata. So it becomes difficult to understand how these attacks would go on between 10 to 11 p.m. midnight and last for hours all the way to the early mornings without any intervention by this very formation that is right at the doorstep of Yelwata. Dr. Bati, if you move from Nasarawa State to Benue, Yelwata is on the road. It is not a village, maybe a kilometer. No, it is directly on the road. It's one of those villages where the Catholic church is by the road, the primary school is by the road, the market is by the road, and everything is by the road. And if you look at the pictures, for the houses that were burnt, broken down, and killed, and the people that were killed inside those houses, You could simply look at them in their rooms and then take the camera all the way back to the road. It's difficult to understand, and for us in Guma local government, we're in a state of shock and perhaps feeling like orphans, feeling abandoned by those who have the responsibility to protect and safeguard the lives of our people and their properties. Now, we have a situation where a few weeks ago, when these same killings happened in Daudu and a couple of other places in Agan, Mr. President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had directed that the Chief of Army Staff should relocate to Benue State and resolve this matter. I can tell you that, yes, the army chieftain